Man, it's been a while. The endless nightmare of streaming services. Yes, bro. It's like everything. What I don't like, before I even watch this shit, what I don't like about like where we at now in terms of technology is that everything is a subscription. Before, it used to be like, hey, you could purchase this software, you'll keep it forever, and then the company will give you updates from time to time if there's any like problems with the software. Now everything is just like, nah, bitch, subscribe. You gotta subscribe to everything. Infinite payments. And then if you try to cancel, then they try to kill you with like a termination fee or some shit. You said pre-degenerosity clone? Probably.
You know, dude, TV has got to be up there with, like, airplanes as one of the single greatest human achievements that we have progressively turned into one of the most miserable experiences of all time. Like, how crazy is it that we can broadcast an episode of Peppa Pig to literally millions of people at the same time, and absolutely no one uses it anymore because they shove in more mid-roll ads than a Mr. Beast video? Because what airlines have in, like, 2 centimeters of legroom and reheated dog feces that they pretend is...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is the perks of being short.
Because what airlines...
Because if you a tall motherfucker and you start riding the airplane, I know you struggling in that damn flight. Yo, I got mad leg room. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Oh, Richard, you're short. Hey, I got leg room. I'm comfortable in flights. Y'all motherfuckers y'all legs and knees is fighting with the person's chair in front of you. You said, what if you short and bottom heavy? Oh, then that's a different story. I'm gonna pray for you.
Having like 2 centimeters of legroom and reheated dog feces that they pretend is edible, TV has the magical ability to turn any movie into a 3-hour-long insurance commercial compilation. But you know, back in the day, it's not like anyone had a choice. The only other way to watch things you actually wanted to watch was either on YouTube in like 27 different parts, or by going to Blockbuster and gambling on which of the 17 DVDs you just rented for 25 bucks would actually be watchable, because their entire customer base can't return anything without running it over with a car. So I remember the day that Netflix finally came to Australia was like the top 10 days of my life. That shit was like Christmas too. You mean I get to have all of this cool shit in one place that I can watch whenever I want for like 15 bucks a month? Like, that shit sounded way too good to be true. Which is why it was. Because it stopped being fun in like a week when all of the companies that were licensing their shit to Netflix realized that they could make way more money if they just...
That's the problem, bro. I remember when everything was on Netflix and then everybody started branching out. Then they're like, oh no, now it's HBO Plus. Now it's Cinemax or whatever the fuck plus. Oh, now it's Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, AMC Plus, Cartoon Network Plus. Like, everything, come on, dude. And then it's like, I don't want to be subscribed to 30 things at once, bro. And the worst part ever is when you want to watch one show and that one show is not on Netflix, and then I'm like, damn, am I really gonna subscribe to another network just to watch one show? That's why you gotta become a pirate.
Made their own shittier version of Netflix. So now in 2025, if you're deciding what streaming service to get, your options are between Netflix, Disney Plus, Stan, Apple TV, Paramount Plus,
Look at this,
Foxtel Go, Binge, which is the best one because it has both seasons of MILF Manor, 9 Now,
MILF Manor?
Play, ABC iView, SBS On Demand, and Hey You. And these are all real, I swear to God. And that's just here, okay? Like, the US has even more dumbass made up sounding words like Hulu, Peacock, Stars, BritBox, HBO Max, or Now, or Max, or whatever. Oh, wait, I think we just got that one too, actually. Shudder, AMC Plus, Discovery Plus, ESPN Plus, Friendly TV, Philo, Vudu, Movie, Fubo.
My name is Senpai Retro. I have a pristine jawline, sublime facial hair, thick biceps, and the ass of a grey Kentucky thoroughbred. I have a full-time job with healthy income, an active community full of long-time fans, and can post literally anything I want without getting cancelled.
Hello,
Fuck you, dude.
Hello, 911, yeah. CAPRISUNFRFX. Yes, his name is Pink, too. Oh, you in front of his house? Oh, Capri Sun! Capri Sun, yo, bro, lock your doors! They there, bro, they there! Bro, imagine Capri Sun just, all you're gonna see Capri Sun is just type down a bunch of, like cat scratch.
Up at this point,
I ain't got doors.
The entire planet has their own streaming service now. There is a streaming app for your dog called Dog TV where you can pay.
Shut the fuck up. Ain't no way.
Best streaming service is Tubi for those ridiculous movies.
Tubi?
Astraloon.
Oh yeah, I did hear something about Tubi. Tubi has like these films that are like very goofy. like very crazy scenarios and shit. Oh my gosh, man. There's no way. Build annually, no contract. I am not spending money for my fucking dog to watch TV. Hey, you stupid ass dog, guess what the fuck I'm about to do? I'm about to boot up YouTube. You about to watch Corey Kenshin play fucking, I don't know, do Subnautica, bitch. The dog is gonna watch Corey Kenshin. You think I'm gonna spend $74 for my dog to watch? You said, what about Grim? Grim watching Corey Kenshin too.
$74 a year to stream content for your fucking dog, which has the balls to not even have Bluey. And then you got
no Bluey.
Didn't even last 6 months because the flagship series of their entire library of shows was about Anna Kendrick and a talking sex doll.
My boyfriend's sex doll is talking to me.
But I don't know why the fuck you pay for that when you can get Real Shorts with its catalog of entirely vertical content made for TikTok-addicted Wattpad users, like Faded to My Forbidden Alpha.
Happy birthday, Celine. It's me, Lila. I'm your wolf.
My wolf, Lila, you're here, you're my wolf.
Yes, Celine.
Which is just one of the many free ad-supported streaming services.
Oh, this is the Tubi shit. Bro, Tubi looks like tomorrow's teachings. No cap. Like, I feel like if I also watch Tubi, I would have to make sure I'm smacked. Like I need a whole joint and some Funyuns right next to me while I'm watching this shit.
Tubi, that's comprised
I need a
entirely
whole
of
smoke and a
domain shit from,
pancake.
Like 100 years ago, and the entire Titanic franchise, including Titanic 2 and 666. And you know, if you're wondering if that's like disrespectful to the victims or whatever, don't worry, because they've also got the Charlie Sheen 9/11 movie. Or you could get Plex, which has Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston and the original Bakugan Battle Brawlers, which automatically makes it better than any of these other ones. As well as original content they call Plex-exclusives, which as far as I can find consists entirely of a single show. And then when you scroll down the page, it shows you a bunch of real movies that are coming soon, but not to Plex, just like in general. And Bentkey, the Ben Shapiro Kids cartoon streaming service, which might be my least favorite combination of words in the English language.
Bentkey is a fantastic product. You should go check it out right
Is
now.
that Ben
It's app
Shapiro?
over at Bentkey. My kids love it. Well, one of the shows we have on Bentkey is a fantastic show. It's called Kid Explorer.
Look, personally, dude, I don't know if I call one of my main series Kid Explorer, or I'm gonna think that shit's like a documentary about the Catholic Church. Speaking of the Catholic Church, there's also VidAngel, which is a streaming service that you link to other streaming services to skip any scenes that Jesus wouldn't approve of, as a streaming app.
I've never seen this shit. No way. You gotta pay for a separate software called VidAngel so it can monitor other software to make sure there's no profanity, crude, sexual, or blasphemous. What? Bro, you might as well just go on YouTube and watch preachings, bro. Just watch like Sunday morning preachings on loop. You said, not gonna lie, parents could use that? You said perfect for Mastema? Speaking of Mastema, you see, look, Shin Megami Tensei 5, bro, it's like there's a lot of things that is not explained.
Tomorrow's preachings.
Dude, bro, Mastema felt like he was a character that we were supposed to beat that motherfucker's ass. And he kind of just came in, did a bunch of fucked up shit, and then he left. We gotta find... I wanted to actually beat that motherfucker's ass. Chaos route. You know what, bro? That's why I'm playing the game in private now. I already started a new game, right? I didn't go newborn. You must be out your stupid mind. The game was like, oh man, you want to erase all your stats and start from fresh? I said, are you stupid? You said Godborn? I don't think I have Godborn. I don't, for some reason I don't have Godborn. I didn't go no freaking erase all my stats. I started the new game and I'm like level 80 something. Yo, I can't wait to just steamroll everything. Everything in the first area, I'm gonna be cheesing. I'm gonna be like, first enemy I see, it could be a freaking Pyro Jack. Hee-ho, hee-ho, I'll be like, hee-ho, hee-ho. Like, oh, it's over, bro. Everything in the first area, I'm killing, bro, like instantaneously. Blight. Hey, man, you want to smoke in the pack? Blight. Damn, bro, today's Sunday. Blight. I'm killing everything on sight. I'm giving nobody a chance. Godborn, you need to fight super bosses for it. I didn't. You said I did not do that. Bro, I just want to, like, I low-key want to see some of the other endings. Because, look, there's a lot of things, right? Like, if we're now we're going on a tangent now because we're talking again about Shin Megami Tensei 5. I want to know what's going to happen with Mastema, because Mastema felt like he was a very important character, and then we just don't know what happened with Mastema. Same thing with Nua and this cool ass guy with the hat, right? He kind of like lost Nua, and then we just never seen him again. And I'm just like, bro went through the emotions and shit, and he got emo, and he was just like, there's a lot of shit, bro. You said, Joe, show him the super bosses. Don't show me no damn super bosses. I don't want to see nothing. Don't show me nothing.
Specifically made to watch things with your parents or your racist grandma.
Meaning you can watch Wolf of Wall Street without language, Game of Thrones without nudity, or Transformers 4 without all of it because it's a terrible movie.
And like the only ones out of any of these that I'm ever actually going to pay for are like Netflix and Prime and maybe aping off my brother's Stan, which I refuse to spend.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. Yo, I just thought about this in Shin Megami Tensei 5. So, you telling me we could fucking fight Tao? If we bad? Is that shit as bad as what the fuck we had to deal with Tiamat, stupid ass? You said, do you want the answer? I just want a yes or no answer on how bad is it. Is it as bad as me dealing with the whole route that I was just in? I'm not telling you shit. Sergento, I'm about to specifically like target your account and put max ads on your shit. I'm gonna somehow find a way. I'm gonna be like, yo, Twitch devs, bro. There's this guy in my chat called Sergento. Give that motherfucker max ads. Maximum. I want him to watch all ads. 60-minute ads, bro. You said, she tickles your booty. You know what, Digital Cunt? I'll take that, bro. She tickles my butt.
Money on myself because they have the balls to charge 12 real human dollars a month for their lowest tier that doesn't even give you HD, so you have to stream in a quality worse than a
$12 a month and you still get ads?
Stan, which I refuse to spend money on myself because they have the balls to charge
Stan Basic. Screens you can watch at the same time. You gotta spend $12. You can only watch one screen. Phones or tablets where you can download videos. No 4K Ultra. No HD? Unlimited access to TV shows. Cancel anytime. Nah, bro, they robbing you. I'm already spending $12 a month and I don't even get at least HD. $17 a month? Okay, I get 3 screens at the same time. That's ridiculous, man.
12 real human dollars a month for their lowest tier that doesn't even give you HD.
That's crazy.
So you have to stream in a quality worse than a fucking 360p upload on Dailymotion. And it's only because most normal people can't be
Yo, and I know about Dailymotion. Yo, Dailymotion has some crust in that shit.
bothered owning like 5 trillion different subscriptions, and they just keep paying for Netflix even though they've been on a mission to regularly abuse every single one of their paying customers. Between them raising their prices every week, cancelling any show they've ever made, and blocking both VPNs and password sharing, despite that being one of their selling points like literally a couple years ago. And now that they know like half their audience is only using their content as background noise for their Subway Surfers gameplay, they're actually making their shows dumber. So
Would you rather fight the Powerpuff Girls or Teen Titans? Hi chat, how are you? I hope everyone has been hydrating and I hope your week is more eventful. Smile, peace and love you guys. Woo me.
Wait, you're asking me if I would rather fight the Powerpuff Girls or the Teen Titans? I'd rather fight the Teen Titans. Do you know how strong the Powerpuff Girls are? I think the Powerpuff Girls could beat up the Teen Titans. That's actually a genuine conversation. I think Robin putting you in a coma, I know that, but guess what? If I fight the Powerpuff Girls, I'm gonna suffer the same fate, regardless. But now we're talking about who would win in a fight, the Teen Titans or the Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls is washing the Teen Titans. You said Powerpuff Girls, you at least live? I don't know that. I saw that one episode where Bubbles was going crazy and she stabbed a monster with his own horn in his mouth and it popped out the back, bro. So, Powerpuff Girls could be killing me, too. That was in a training sim, too. That's what I'm saying. And mind you, think about this. That was in a training sim, and guess who that was? Bubbles, the kindest one of the group. And she was playing it on max level. Max level, she's the kindest one in the group, and she was doing the most diabolical shit in that sim room. You telling me the kindest Powerpuff Girl, Buttercup ripping my anus like this, bro? If Bubbles is that crazy, you know Buttercup ripping my shit in half, bro. And Buttercup don't even have fingers. It's nubs. How she even gonna grab my shits? It's nubs. They ain't got fingers. Powerpuff Girls got nubs. They gonna go, yo, my whole ass gon', hell nah, bro. Y'all got me fucked up, bro.
On, which is why you now have the option to watch the Chipmunk version of Dune Part 2. By the way, if you actually watch things like this, I think it should be, like, legitimately euthanized. Netflix's quality is, like, all over the place. Like, they got some of my favorite shows.
What the fuck was that?
I think it should be, like, legitimately euthanized. Netflix's quality is, like, all over the place.
What? This gotta be, like, one of those makeup shows.
Like, they got some of my favorite shows of all time, like BoJack Horseman, Arcane, Haunting a Hill House, and Bee and Puppy Cat, which gives them points as long as I don't think about how all of these collectively have less episodes than Big Mouth. Netflix claims they have like 4,000 movies and shows or some shit, which is because their entire strategy is just pumping out like 1 million shows a month to appeal to every single person on the entire planet. Which is why their weekly top 10 is always made up of like the shittiest rom-coms known to man, or exploitative true crime documentaries, both of which are being watched by your lonely 46-year-old mum. And you think Netflix would like use some of that money they're not paying in residuals to their actors and writers to improve their content, but you know for a fact that it's being funneled into a Big Mouth.
What is that show? The show with the ugly characters and the big asses. Was that shot? Was Sonic? Sonic was helicopter dick.
Their actors and writers to improve their content, but you know for
Yo, these characters is fugly, dude. He really out here?
For a fact that it's being funneled into a Big Mouth furry spin-off. And
Big
you know, I
Mouth?
will give them that, like, this idea of giving people a stupid amount of money to just do whatever the fuck they want has meant we've ended up with some cool shit that, like, never would have been made if it was for network TV.
What was that show? I don't know why I feel like that show would be funny.
The fuck they want has meant we've ended
Something about the animation style of this show is probably hilarious. What is this show?
up with some cool shit that, like, never would have been made if it was for network TV. Even if it means we end up with a bunch of shit that literally nobody asked for, like
It's a movie?
spin-off show, or a Grease prequel series, or High School Musical
Ew, they made a Grease prequel?
spin-off show, or a
Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies Season 1. Oh, because there was the Pink Ladies in the movie. Oh, retro, no. I want to watch it. No! Damn, bro. You said wrong movie? It was horrible? Look, I like Grease. I like that movie. I really like Grease. Every time I think about the movie Grease, I want to rewatch it. I thought it was a great movie. You say you are so unk, bro. Oh my god, bro. Dude. Yo, Grease had John Travolta in that shit. That dude was a fucking hunk. Hold on. Oh my god, man. Hell no. We're gonna be watching movie trailers all night. This was supposed to be a short stream. Fuck. Oh my gosh, nah. But anybody who hasn't watched The Warriors, goated movie, bro. Goated movie. Shit, wasn't I watching this?
You know, dude, TV is...
Fuck, where was I up to? Here.
charge 12 real human dollars a month for their lowest tier that doesn't even give you HD.
The
so
Grease
you have to stream
prequel.
it at quality worse than a fucking 360p upload on Dailymotion. And it's only because most normal people can't be bothered owning like 5 trillion different subscriptions.
I didn't finish
they
it.
Just keep paying for Netflix.
Did I finish it? I didn't finish this
Even
video.
though they've
Did
been on
I?
a mission to regularly abuse every single one of their paying customers. Which is why you now have the option to watch the Chipmunk version of Dune Part 2. Is what actors and writers to improve their give them that like this idea of giving people a stupid amount of money to just do whatever the fuck they want has meant we've ended up with some cool shit that nobody asked for, like a Knuckles spin-off show or a Grease prequel series or High School Musical.
No fucking way. I love High School Musical. The series? Bro, y'all should have left that shit in the grave, bro. If this shit ain't got Corbin Blue, Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, or any of the other actors that was in this movie. I don't want this shit. I don't want it. I don't want it. So is some spin-off they trying to revive High School Musical? Hell no.
The musical, the series, or the live-action Avatar reboot, or the reboot. But now the problem is that they've successfully paralyzed half their entire user base into taking the length of The Irishman trying to decide what to watch until they just give up and binge The Office for the 25th time. Because now there is just like too much stuff. Like, do I want to watch The Croods?
On God. Yo, Netflix was like that for me, where like there was so much shit to watch. I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna put on That 70s Show because I like that show. Then Netflix took out That 70s Show from their freaking service. Broke my heart.
Or the Osama bin Laden show. I don't know, dude. Disney Plus has the same problem where it just kind of seems like the worst idea Disney's ever had, where now in only like 5 years, they've gone from having like billion-dollar hits every year to not a single person showing up to anything they put out because everyone knows they can just wait like 3 months for it to show up on Disney Plus for free. The cheapest out of any of these is Prime Video, but that's because they're owned by like the most evil company in the entire world.
You said, didn't they also have that 80s show on Netflix though? It was like a That 70s Show spinoff. I watched it. I kind of hated it because there were some characters in the show that was just fucking annoying, bro. Like, and then it's like, another thing about the show is I feel like they didn't even have like the vintage, they didn't even have the smoking circle scene done right? Like when they got the high session, you're supposed to have the camera in the middle and you gotta have the rotation, bro. I don't even think they did that shit right. I was like, fuck this show. You said the vibes weren't right?
World who's responsible for the equally worst crimes of making their employees piss in water bottles and combining both their free and paid shit on the same homepage so their UI has like as many microtransactions as a fucking mobile game. You can never tell if it's like actually included with Prime or is like an additional $5 to rent on top of the $9.99 a month and $2 for no ads. But don't worry, at least you don't have to pay for their incredible original content like Beast Games. So, by now you might be wondering how it could possibly...
No way this is real. People actually... He got sued? Severe injuries?
So, by now you might be wondering how it could possibly be profitable for Disney and Amazon to be competing to see who can burn more of their company's annual income on shows that no one talks about. Like, dude, for me, the whole appeal of Disney Plus was the promise of these, like, expensive-ass blockbuster standard TV shows with Disney money behind them. But now that's meant that everyone's had to step up their game to compete with it. So TV's gone from something they can pump out, like, 20 seasons of in a couple years to taking the same amount of time as a movie, except they have to do it, like, 8 times. Which is why you can get an entire degree in the same time it's taken Netflix to put out a new season of Wednesday and Squid Game. There was a couple years in between the first and second seasons of Invincible because animation...
Bro, it's the same thing with Stranger Things. I think the last... You know what I hate about Stranger Things is that every season they say this is the last season, the final time, the big conclusion. Then it's like once that season ends, season 4 is coming out. You said Stranger Things needs to end, bro. They don't even look like kids anymore, bro. The show still kind of like the show still tries to do this thing where like they try to depict them as children. They don't even look like children anymore, bro. They all look like full grown ass adults. All the guys in the show got like vascular arms and shit and like freaking almost got crow's feet. I'm like, nah, bro. You said season 5 trailers. I'll say on God. Okay, we're gonna watch that shit after this. Give me a sec.
Is like one of the most miserable processes of all time. But because Amazon wanted to pump that shit out annually, they smashed out season 3 in less than a year, and you can tell because it looks like a fucking PowerPoint presentation. And so the way that these streamers are affording this is by progressively undoing everything that made them good in the first place. Like Prime and Netflix offering a paid ad tier designed to annoy you into upgrading to the now more expensive premium plan.
It's me!
Just like with how half the ads on Spotify annoy you into upgrading to the now more expensive premium plans, just like with how half the ads on Spotify are just ads telling you to pay to remove ads.
Yo!
So people are just giving up now. Like, I know more family members that have one of those jailbroken Fire Stick things than Paramount Plus. And
I'm not saying I have one of those. I know where to get one, though.
Like, I don't even know where you get those from, but like, if my 56-year-old uncle can figure that shit out, then it can't be that hard. Because I don't think I've ever felt more pain than trying to watch through an entire movie series in the modern streaming era. Like, a couple weeks ago, my brother and I wanted to watch the Ip Man movies, right? And like, despite us owning...
Ip Man is so good, bro. That's another really good movie series. Like, this guy was in his bag. When he hits you with that super combo, bro, when he be hitting them, I feel it, and I start doing this. I'm like, bro, I be feeling that shit.
Like 5 different streaming apps I don't pay for. The first one was only available to rent on Prime for like $4.99. The second one was available on Netflix in Singapore. The third one I had to install 58 viruses on my computer to watch because it's been wiped off the face of the planet. And the fourth one was just on Australian Netflix. Why? Why are you like this? Disney owns the entirety of Marvel.
That
and
movie
still don't
was
have
funny.
any of the MCU Spider-Man movies because those are only on Stan, except for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yo, Spider-Man movies. Yo, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. I watch all of them. The Tobey Maguire shits, I don't care. I watch them.
Which is on Foxtel or Binge. There was a Pokemon streaming service that didn't even have 80% of the show because the rest of it was split across like 7 other streaming services like they were the fucking Dragon Balls. And Amazon is the actual worst with this because you can look up a movie and then have it come up saying it's on Prime until you actually click on it and then it goes, no dipshit, it's actually only on one of the channels through a different streaming service on Amazon and you have to get a fucking MGM Plus subscription to watch. What the fuck is MGM Plus? This shit has gotten so unnecessarily overcomplicated that I am now getting ads for an app called Hubble, whose sole selling point is that it organizes where you can even watch anything, which basically makes it a streaming...
What? It's the same thing as that prayer shit. So this one is a organizer. You have to pay a subscription service for an organizer for the service that you're already subscribed to. So you're like double dipping. Dale
69 months.
Khan. Thank you for the 69 months. That's very nice.
Service for other streaming
Thank
services.
you, Dill.
Dude, I'm gonna stream a fucking bullet into the side of my head. And yeah, it does ruin my whole week when I find out that the movie I've been putting off watching for 3 months is being taken off Netflix. But like, for the most part, I was like okay with not owning every single thing I watched because like, I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how many times
I hate that fucking movie, bro. That Sausage Party movie, bro. Yo, I will never forget when I was in the theater with my ex. Son, when that scene popped up, and y'all know what scene I'm talking about, I was like, whoa! Yo, the whole theater was like, whoa! And you know what's the craziest part too? Is I know there was a person in there that brought kids. The orgy, yes. Some parents brought their kids to go watch that movie.
I'm realistically going to be watching like a $50 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray copy of Sausage Party. That wasn't until I found out that these streamers are banishing their own content to the Shadow Realm. And I don't mean the stuff that they buy a temporary license for. I mean their own original series that they make. HBO assassinated like half of its entire content library last year, so now you have to go on like the fucking dark web to watch Infinity Train now. When Netflix started shoving like choose your own adventure shows down everyone's throats a while back that no one gave a shit about because they were too busy hate watching Too Hot to Handle, they just decided to yoink all of them from the service entirely, or so they can make way for more things that people were really clamoring for, like mobile games and WWE live.
That's one thing that I noticed about some of the live streaming services now. I don't know if it's Netflix. Is Netflix the one doing it where like now there's games on their app? What service was doing it? Was it YouTube or Netflix? Netflix started it? It was some shit where like I was going through their service and all I see is that one mobile game that I used to play as a kid like way back in the day on iPhone, Cut the Rope. All I saw was Cut the Rope and I'm like, why is Cut the Rope here? And it's like I clicked on it and it's like you could play Cut the Rope and I'm like, now there's games on Netflix? Bro, I don't want to play games on Netflix. I just want to watch stuff.
Streams. Not that it even matters anymore, because it's not like we get to keep the things we own anyway. I don't own Minecraft anymore after I already bought it because Mojang like made everyone migrate their accounts to Microsoft for some reason. And the fact that I had an entire year to do it is entirely beside the point.
We're moving all of our Java players from Mojang accounts to Microsoft accounts. This will mean a more secure Minecraft Java
Who in the chat lost your Minecraft account because of this shit?
for everyone. Hey,
shut the fuck up! And this is just the stupidest shit of all time, especially when you look at like music
Already
apps,
you
right?
lost it?
It's not like you can only listen to that new Kanye West song on Apple Music. All of these are like functionally the exact same shit.
Yo, I got my heart skipped a beat when I saw Kanye West on Spotify. I'm like, he better not play that one song I think he about to play, bro.
With the same library of songs, all of which are worse than YouTube Music because it's the only app that lets you listen to Sabrina Carpenter and the Minecraft parody of it in the same playlist. I'm pretty sure like barely anyone pirates music anymore because it's way easier to just chuck $9 to Spotify every month. But why would anyone want to be subscribed to like 57 different streaming services to watch all this shit when they can just pull up like 1, 2, 3 movies, which has...
Yup. Also, chat, I'm not gonna lie. I saw Lilo and Stitch. The movie was okay. It wasn't as bad. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer the animated one a billion times more. The animated one is a billion times better. But Lilo and Stitch, the movie, it was alright. Out of a 10, I give it like a solid... I give it like a 6. I give it like a 6, 7. It's alright. But the animation is so much better. Like, if I ever see anybody, I'm like, hey, bro, watch the animation, bro. You said ruin the whole meaning of the movie? The gray era of Pirates going to soon start with the Switch 2 dropping. The Switch 2 dropping, I did hear a lot of people saying that it's going to be hard to, obviously it's going to be hard to homebrew it and hack it because, you know, the console just came out. Sometimes companies think that, like, their console is unhackable, which is the funny shit because we know damn well it's only a matter of time. They said the same thing for every console, that there's no way that you can hack it, but in due time, they're going to find an exploit and they're going to find a way to hack the console. So it's kind of like, obviously not on release day it's going to get hacked, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in the next coming months, somebody finds a way to jailbreak it or something. You said if you hack it, you'll brick your console. I mean, that's true. That's probably if it's linked to the Nintendo servers. But I feel like, no cap, they're going to find a way to bypass that shit. I feel like they're gonna find a way to bypass it, but that's the fear though, because it's kind of like, what if you're tinkering with it and then you're trying to hack it, and then Nintendo gets a notification from your console and then they just ban your shit, and then if your shit gets like bricked, wait, what if your console gets bricked by Nintendo? Can you save it if you like go into the components and shit and like fucking I don't know. Yo, imagine if Nintendo bricks your Switch 2 because you're doing like illegal shit on it. It doesn't just get bricked, it explodes. Like, I'm in my house in the middle of a phone call with Dill Cut. I could be like, hey, yo, Dill, I'm right now tinkering with my Switch. Yeah, bro, I just popped open the lid. Hold up, man. I'm about to switch out the CMOS battery real quick. Give me 1 sec. Oh, I'm on fire and shit. Freaking, yo, Nintendo out here catching kill streaks. This is gonna be on the news. It's gonna be like, oh, a bunch of people just started blowing up in their house. Doug Bowser will personally come to your house and stomp you out.
Everything in one place and is still in a better quality than Stan. And, you know, I'd love to say that, like, piracy is basically more ethical than buying any of these streaming services at this point, but unfortunately, you know, I live in Australia where, like, our greatest anti-piracy measure is having the most dog shit internet of all time. So moral of the story is that this shit is just gonna keep getting worse and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Great video. You get a subscribbles and a thumbs up from me. Great video, bro.